Hello, hello, hello. Well, today I want you to make a drawing of a shoe. Yes, a still life drawing of a shoe. And we're going to add color in a very different way. I hope you notice that there are colors here that are all the same, that are both the same. Two colors in this area and two colors. The shoe is divided up. And the reason why the shoe is divided up that way is because these are complementary colors. Purple and yellow are complementary colors. They're the two colors across from each other on the color wheel. Yes, the color wheel. We talk about colors all the time, and on the color wheel, you have the purple and yellow across from each other. They're complements. They're colors that look good together. They make each other more vibrant, yes. Red and green are diagonal across from each other. These two are complements. And then if you look at blue and orange, they are complements as well. This color wheel is so helpful. It helps us learn about colors and how they relate to each other. So these are complementary, and these are also complementary, and so are these. We're going to learn a fun way how to draw a shoe and add color. Well, drawing the shoe part is going to be super easy. We're going to be doing a still life, but let's talk first and see if you remember some things that we've talked about in the past. Yes, these three paintings all have something in common. They all show a picture of a person. They are all portraits. The styles are all very different. There's a woman and child here, a young woman by herself there, and a young man there. All very different. Different color combinations and styles by different artists. Portraits. All right. So we remember what a portrait is. Easy peasy. All right. Let's see if you remember this. Check this out. Okay. When you show artwork, when artwork shows a picture of a place, a waterfall or a water lily pond, what is it? It's a landscape. These are landscapes that show places. Usually it's a natural place, usually outdoors. And these are kind of different because most landscapes are turned sideways like this. This is one of the most recognized landscapes. It is called The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, and it has a lot of sky area in there. Not all landscapes do that. Most of them focus on the land, like here. Mostly you see the dip of the hill and the brush and the shrubs and the flowers and the weeds. You see it all. Trees on top of there. But you see just very little sky. And again here in this landscape, very little sky. But what I love about this one is this one shows how things get smaller and smaller off into the distance, how these haystacks start off big here and get smaller there. Yes, it shows depth. It shows that this is going way far away. So that was landscapes and portraits. But today we're talking about a still life. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites here. Yummy. Delish. And often when we see a still life, it shows food or flowers. And the ones I chose today just mostly have food. Fruit. This side is the healthier side. Fruit. Vegetables, yeah, healthy. And then, yes, oh, so yummy and sweet. Everything here looks sweet. So we have some sweet still lives. And so today we are going to have fun with our still life. We're going to make it in a more pop art style, like Roy Lichtenstein. Roy used the primary colors, and he used different kinds of lines and patterns with it to make it fun. We're going to take it up a notch, yes, from the pop art style of Roy, and we're going to be using just our shoe, but instead of using the primary colors, we're going to use complementary colors in different parts of the picture and let it all be together. Now, somebody's first impression of this might be that this looks like a clown shoe. Why is it so many colors? But when you break it down into the complementary colors of purple and yellow, and then the complementary colors of red and green, and then the complementary colors of orange and blue, it all seems to make sense. It makes pretty good sense to me. I have another example to show you. Oh, I loved doing this one of my Nike shoe. My old Nike shoe is kind of banged up in the front, but I drew it how I saw it, and a water bottle right there. It would have been nice to just draw the shoe, but I wanted to have two objects in my drawing, so it was more like a still life. Noticed I used all solid colors on the shoe and then the water bottle, but then in the background I added these lines just for extra texture, and then also it shows where the different parts of the paper are, where they're lined up. Cool, huh? It's all about the color wheel. It's all about showing complementary colors in pairs in your drawing. Okay, it's easy. You're going to look at a shoe and draw it. Take your shoe off. Set it on the desk right in front of you and look at it. Now, if you put your shoe on your paper and trace it, you're going to have a footprint. You want to have something that where you can see the side of the shoe, the side of the sole, part of the laces, and part of the opening there where you put your foot in. Yes, you're going to want to see that. See, the side of the shoe, the designs on the side, part of the laces, if you have laces. Sometimes we wear our slip-on shoes, and then there, an opening there with an additional object. Sometimes it's easy to forget and go over the line, and that's okay if you accidentally make a mistake, but try to remember to keep your complementary colors exclusively in their areas that you're going to assign them to. Yes. This is going to be fun. It's easy. I have already drawn a shoe, so let me show you what to do. Oh, here's another one I did. Ugh, that shoe. Ugh. It's not my cutest shoe, but it's a loafer. All right, I drew another shoe here. So let me demonstrate what to do really quick. All right, so I'm going to take these two complementary colors and I'm going to use them in this section of the artwork because I am sure that while I'm talking, I hope that when I'm talking I don't mess up, but I'm sure that while I'm talking you're already thinking of ideas and thinking, oh wow, I think I might want to do something similar, or I have a great idea for how I want to do my shoe. Now, usually a still life shows off what you have and what do we like to do, and showing off our shoes. Yes, everyone likes to show their new sporty sneakers or their new sparkly glittery shoes. Yes, we all like our shoe wear to be fashionable and sometimes flashy. Yes, I was at a basketball game this weekend, and this one team had shoes that were a bright blue and pink and yellow, and oh my gosh, I thought to myself, I'd love to have those shoes. I'd love to have those shoes. All right, so this area is with those two, right? Let's see. I'm going to do yellow and purple next. So your shoe is just an extension of you, pretty much. Yes. And a still life is a good way to practice your powers of observation. Practice using your powers of observation. What are powers of observation? Well, I'm glad you asked me. Now make sure I don't go past this line, so I'm going to just start on this side. When you are observant, you can see things and notice things like details, like how the laces go and how the shoestrings hang down. You'll notice all of that. when you're looking at something closely with that critical eye, like a scientist might. Scientists are known for really just looking at things with microscopes, taking a good look, a second look, examining things. They make discoveries all the time. What would the world be without a good scientist? I don't know. Probably pretty dull. And yes, your powers of observation, the way that you look at things to see how they operate, how they work. Yes, that's a good way for you to practice as an artist with your composition, with your proportions, drawing things the right size. So, sometimes children will draw a flower and a tree next to each other, and they'll be about the same height, and they don't even realize that they did something that was a little off. Because guess what? Flowers are rarely the height of a tree. Yep. So see how I'm going here with my colors. I'm doing a pair of complementary colors in each section. Yes. In each section of the shoe. So I divided it into 3 parts. And that allows you to keep up with where you're going, where you're using your complementary colors, your pairs of complementary colors. Right? Okay, and then the last section is red and green. Where is my green? Okay, here it is. Yes. And there's nothing super complicated. I have a brother who drew shoes all the time as a kid. It was just his fascination for a long time. I'd say he was really good at drawing still lifes because of that. And he probably doesn't even use that skill now. But that's okay. It probably has helped him in other areas. I always say that art makes you smart because the creativity that you use when you're making art, using the creative side of your brain, stimulates other parts of your brain to work better. It does. Promise you, it's the truth. Awesome. So I've done the shoe. So far, so good. I've done the shoe. When I do this drink, I'm not sure if I am going to. Am I going to add patterns on this drink, or am I going to let it be like the shoe? I don't know. I'm just going to go with it. All right, so your turn next. You get to take your shoe off if you're wearing one, or find a shoe that you think would be great for this project, and you get to draw your shoe, set it up like a still life. If your shoe is dirty, make sure you put a paper towel or a piece of paper under it before you put it on the table, because I don't want your mother to scream. Oh, I think my mother would scream. My mother would say, "Hey, get that dirty shoe off my table. That's disgusting." Especially if you've been outside on a rainy day, you do not want that mess in the house. Okay, so the rest of this is over the line and will be purple and yellow. So this part of the drink, I'm just going to put a different design here. It's going to have a curved line there. And then purple for the rest of the cup. And voila. We have just done a shoe still life in a pop art style using the complementary colors. Remember to keep your pairs together. Keep your pairs together. Yes, keep your pairs together when you work on your shoe. Awesome. Now I might go back with my black marker and add some details by tracing the shoelaces and other things like that. Yes, I might do that. But hey, enjoy the process, enjoy this. And send me a picture, show me what you've done. Bye.